thank you for this warm introduction. My name is Danny Friedman. I'm the moderator of the session on behalf of the BTG around smart cities. Next to me is the chairman of the BTG, Eric Rij. Eric, good to see you. Could you shortly introduce yourself, sir?
Yes. Thank you, Danny. Thank you. And a very warm welcome in the office of BTG, Danny. The BTG is an independent IT association for the corporate market. Our members are from the public and the private sector.
Eric, could you explain a little bit about the services from the BTG towards its members?
Yes. We organize expert meetings about several subjects, Danny. Subjects like 5G or artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, circular economic, Internet of Things, smart city.
Very interesting. And also what I learned, Eric, is that you have something which is called expert groups,
yes.
expertgroepen. Can you explain a little bit the relevance of an expert group?
Yes. BTG is building bridges in the digital environment. We provide a platform of knowledge and experience for the Dutch cities. We do that together with our solution partners.
Perfect. And we're going to listen to a lot of them.
Yes.
So shall we introduce the next speakers, Eric?
Yes, it's a good idea, Danny.
And we go swiftly to the next discussion led by the CEO of the BTG and TGG.
My name is Petra Klaassen. I'm CEO, as you told, from the BTG and the TGG. And on one hand, we have an association with independent members, 200 members. On one hand, the users, and other hand, the solution partners, which we also invite on this table this afternoon.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, we have a service organization that is called TGG.
TGG, yes.
Yes,
yeah.
the red one. Logo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eric spoke about expert groups, and currently we have Patrick and Paul from that expert group. Could you explain a little bit, Petra, what the relevance is to have an expert group specifically for smart cities?
Yes, we have in that expert group are on one hand users, and on the other hand solution partners, and we built up the market imperfections. We are developing programs for cities to make them more sustainable, and the solution partners, they bring their solutions to the cities.
So you're actually bridging connectivity between cities and solution parties.
Our team is also connected Impact for this year, it's...
Thank you, Petra, for being here. Patrick, we go swiftly to you. Could you introduce yourself and also your organization, Comscope?
Thank you, Danny. My name is Patrick Verstappen. I work for Comscope, an international organization based in the US. We actually deliver technology for connectivity. Wireline, wireless, both outdoor as well as indoor connectivity.
You are a member of this expert group focused on smart cities. Why is this expert group so relevant for Comscope, Patrick?
If you look at the issues appearing in smart cities, what we see, and I especially dive into the wireless domain, you see that our operators are building macro networks. What we envision is that in the future, on a lower level, a new network will appear, which is called a metro layer, a metro cell, and that will appear in places where high capacity is demanded. And that's the journey that we have to go through as an industry. Also related to all frequencies that will be auctioned or already auctioned last year.
So it's a possible growing sector for Comscope.
Indeed.
Great for having you, Patrick. Also, Corona Proven is an amazing office from the BTG and the TG. Paul, great having you. Could you also introduce yourself, Paul?
Yeah, please. My name is Paul Bree. I'm working for VDL Technologies. VDL is a natural manufacturing company. We build a lot of things in the Netherlands. We build buses, cars, end products, but also supplies for infrastructure things. Thinking about mobile network, the mast, but the energy mast, a lot of things in the infrastructure. When you walk in the street, you see the light bulbs. Maybe it's from VDL. When you drive at the street, not on the street, but on the highway, you see the blue wallet. It could be from VDL. So it's very important to make things in the Netherlands. We are very proud to be here in with the BTG group.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
The nice thing
Patrick.
about let's say this smart city expert group is that we are able to bundle a lot of experience from both competitors as well as collaborating companies. For example, VDL and Comscope already cooperate, although in some cases we also compete. So we bring the experience together on one table and have provided a model that helps to further develop this smart city.
Could you elaborate on this model also
Yes,
for
of
the
course.
people that are looking, of course, to the session of SmartCom Summit?
Yeah, that's a good point. We've been developing together a kind of reference architecture, which is called the Smart City Stack, the BTG Smart City Stack. That's an open model, an open ecosystem that enables us to have discussions with municipalities on the topic of the smart city and the infrastructure required for that.
Okay.
What we see is that most cities are working on an application level of the smart city. And what we can provide to that is knowledge and experience around building the infrastructure, let's say the foundation that enables the smart city.
Yeah.
And that's actually what our smart city stack is about.
Yeah. Before I go back to Petra,
that's open. The openness is
It's an open structure.
And not one vendor or one login.
Yeah.
It is open, and that is what the municipality wants.
And at what moment in time, Patrick, also for Petra and Paul, did you represent or present this stack also in the Netherlands or outside the Netherlands? Do you have an example for that?
Yes, last year in Barcelona at the Smart City Congress.
Yeah.
You both were there, and we promote the Smart City Stack. Also on the smart on the place for where
The Dutch Pavilion?
Yes, thank you very much. And also at the pavilion of the United for Smart Sustainable Cities, Kari Eik, one member of the United Nations. And we built up such a program together with
the solution partners.
And our goal is
Paul,
sustainability, and it's safety, it's health. And I think to collaborate a lot of partners, a lot of knowledge together, and working to the goals, to say sustainability or safety or health. And I'm very proud to do that. We have several projects in the Netherlands. We're working for sustainability or health. Thinking about, for example, we have a smart pole. It's for example, it's a hub with a lot of applications. Thinking about cleaning air, sensoring, IoT sensoring for that measure the air, but also measuring the crowd management for Corona time. But also, can we manage the CCTVs with the cameras for the crowd? But also energy, the energy transition. Everyone drive hopefully an electric car.
Hopefully in the near future.
Hopefully, but where you can pick up or you charge your car. Now we have a solution for that. In one functional solution with all of that. Open,
combined,
transparent.
Great example, Paul. I will go back to Petra also due to time because we have another discussion taking place after the discussion with Patrick and Paul and Petra. Petra, I want to zoom in to end all the discussion about the partnership ecosystem of the BTG. It's a rich environment. Could you name maybe one or two partnerships where you currently think this partnership around smart city is so crucial for you in your development?
Yes, of course we can mention a lot of them. You have to mention also with security and to work on that. But the HSD like that. But we are also strong working together with the Future City Foundation.
Future City Foundation.
And of course we have a very, very best practice at the Floriade. That's also the reason why we built up that stack. We put on that stack a consultancy proposition. With that information we go to the municipals, and then we can help them to bring that solution to be a smart, sustainable city. And you can't do that by your own. That's the reason why we work in co-creation and in partnership with other organizations.
From Paul to Patrick, we move smoothly to our next solution partner in crime, Hugo, welcome on this table. Could you shortly introduce yourself?
Of course, Danny, Peter, thank you for having me. My name is Hugo Brandert. I work for Cellnex Netherlands. I'm a commercial developer, and we have within Cellnex we have a couple of groups where we are active in, and I primarily focus on indoor DAS, private mobile networks, and of course smart city solutions.
Yeah, we'll come to that later, Hugo.
Yeah.
Cellnex is a global company. We have, I think, 125,000 sites.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate a little bit more about the company Cellnex?
Yeah, of course. Well, Cellnex, a Spanish company. We operate in 12 countries nowadays, still growing. We have a diversification of several products. Data center is a big one, especially in the Netherlands. We have these high towers, of course, the Tower of Lopik, where we have data center solutions. We have, of course, our TIS business, that's the telecom infrastructures. So these are the masts we deploy in Holland. But we also have private mobile networks. We deploy optic fibers in countries like England and Spain. IoT solutions, and I can go on for quite a while.
A big company.
Yeah.
And now the topic today is smart cities. And one of the questions, of course, our audience has, and also, what is the relevance for smart cities for Cellnex? How important is that for you to invest in, to be part of?
It's very important because, well, if you look at the ecosystem, the data ecosystem, it all comes together in smart cities, of course. Everything is becoming smarter. Look at your home, for instance, in small, with domotica and these things. All these things happen in cities also and are globally growing. We deploy small cells, for instance, in London. We have several hundred locations. Again, what I said, optic fibers and IoT, and we all bring that together, and we manage that as a Cellnex company.
Within the BTG expert group Smart Society, we have developed in the last 1.5 years this smart city stack. You're part of this group, Hugo. Very glad that you're part of the group. And how does this relate for you? Can you work as part of this stack?
Well, I just called or recalled a couple of reference cases. What we did. So we have a lot of experience in the field of smart city, with governments, for instance, local governments, and what we can bring to the table is offer a neutral position of helping these stakeholders creating their goals, of reaching their goals, and manage the assets, for instance, and eventually having a single point of contact, for instance, we can fulfill that role. But yeah, we have a lot of experience, and that's what.
So you're actually bringing knowledge to the table.
Knowledge to the table.
Knowledge to the table.
That's what it is.
Where you can help our other partners, which are part of the expert group, of course. Cities that are watching currently, we can help them within the stack.
Yeah, and of course, very important is that we respect each and every role of the stake players, the stakeholders that are in place.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Hugo, for being here today, and thank you for being part of this BTG Momentum, which we're going to broadcast today live at the SmartCom Summit. We have a new guest, so we introduce him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do that.
Epco, great to have you. You're one of the founders also of the BTG Smart City Stack. For the people who do not know you, could you please explain yourself a little bit who you are?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Danny. My name is Epco van Nistelrooy. I'm working for Axis Communications, which is a Swedish company very much looking at innovations in the network video technology market. And I'm indeed proud member of the Smart City group, Smart City Expert Group. To make it more relevant to you, I can give you some nice examples of use cases in this kind of smart city development. Because we do serve a lot of cities worldwide, and to pronounce one, the city of Breda, for example, where they have to suffer with the COVID-19 situation. They would like to have more figures on the amount of people in the city, and therefore they are using the existing public safety network and cameras to count people, make sure that the entrepreneurs are indeed informed how the situation in the city is at that moment. And next to that, they can also improve the public safety with it. And another one which is nice to mention here as well is the city of Almere, where you see that livability is an important aspect, as many other cities, of course. But they use all kinds of sensors for environmental monitoring, but using cameras as well in combination with these sensors to improve the mobility and the public safety.
Yeah.
So
Maybe that's a good one to also introduce, connected to Almere, Amsterdam, as a big city in the metropole. Let's put it that way. We did a reference together with another member of the Smart City Group, Nokia. So Comscope and Nokia together built a dedicated network for Amsterdam Arena, the Johan Cruyff Arena, I must say. Yeah. And we built this network with the objective of crowd management. Yeah. The city and both the arena wanted to gain experience on crowd management. So we built a dedicated network on that. And again, we applied a lot of sensors and cameras to this network, transporting the data to be able to steer on the crowd.
Yeah, interesting. So actually what you're saying, Epco and Patrick, that these solutions you deliver in light of the BTG Smart City Stack are already here.
Yeah.
Indeed.
If cities are looking, if companies are looking, we can actually help them now, not wait for it.
yeah, that's for sure.
For sure, perfect. That's great, because that's exactly where we're looking for within this light of helping other cities and of course bridging the gap with other solution partners in the market.
And indeed, we have a lot of experience which we bring to the table. We have a lot of cases that we can discuss, also in other areas, where these 2 or 3 examples are just a few of them.
Perfect.
Yeah. And we built up a solution, a consultancy solution to help the cities to be more sustainable and smart. Yeah.
Patrick, we spoke about Amsterdam, the arena. We spoke about Breda and Almere. How does this relate to the Smart City Stack of the BTG?
If you look at the BTG Smart City Stack that we built, it's actually a platform for multiple use cases. What we see is that the current development is based on 1 or maybe 2 use cases. What is important, that's the power of this stack, that it can support the full demand, that's the full requirement for the municipality. So we're able to create a platform that will support all current and future use cases that will be developed in the municipality.
Will this also help you, Epco, in your talks with your cities?
Absolutely, and this stack is a nice fundament to be really multidisciplinary in the approach we look for. If I may use another example, I mentioned the city of Almere already, but if I deep into this, you see that the existing setup is the public safety network, where we use cameras, the infrastructure, and a control room, which is mainly now used for only public safety reasons. But by using this system and this infrastructure, we are able to generate much more metadata with the system, which is useful for other departments within the municipality as well, like mobility, like environmental monitoring, like economic affairs. So this is really let's say a big plus by using this fundament.
It's a mind shift, and it's actually also a call to action towards the cities that are looking. We want to engage with them, Patrick and Epco. We want to speak with them, and what we're actually asking for them is to open up, show and share those use cases with us, so we can help you to get those solutions done in the market. That's what we're saying, right?
Yeah,
indeed.
Absolutely.
Perfect. And I think after 20 minutes discussion, it is time for a wrap-up by the CEO of the BTG TGG, Petra Klaassen.
Thank you very much, Danny, for your professional moderation.
More than welcome.
And also very much thanks to our solution partners. They are very important for us to participate in the expert group for smart sustainable cities. They are also very important for the cities. So I want to give a call of action. Share your challenges, share your ideas with us. We can help you to become a more smart and sustainable city. Thanks for watching the BTG SmartCom Summit.
Thank you, Petra, and thank you for watching, and see you again soon, somewhere live. Bye-bye for now, and stay safe.